Here's where we're at. We know that there is a nut down there somewhere in that motor. Hey, these things happen. I don't want you to get too discouraged, bud. All right?
Yep.
So we're going to go inside. We're going to go and do a little research, maybe post a few questions to some friends of ours. And then tomorrow we're back at it again. We'll see you then. Good morning, everybody. We had a pretty rough night last night. I'm not going to lie. Came inside a little deflated, especially Nathaniel. I really hated to see him so down after that.
Okay.
Ironically, yesterday was the day that the new Roadkill episode came out with Mike Finnegan and Tony Angelo at Drag Week. And I'm telling you, we watched that thing and we came away with that with a new attitude. And we sat down, we made out a list, came up with a plan. And today is a new day and a new attitude, and we're going to tackle this thing. So we've already been to the parts store. We bought everything that we thought we were going to need because they close at noon today, because today is Christmas Eve.
Yep.
And so I don't want to get so far into this and then realize, boy, it's really bright. Sorry about that, guys. That there's a part that I forgot. So I bought everything. And if I don't need it, I'll take it back later. So we're going to get started. And hope that we have an early Christmas gift today. All right, so our first course of action today is to drain the oil and see if we can't fish around in there to, we bought a couple magnets, one flexible, one extendable, seeing if that nut wouldn't come out the oil drain plug hole, hoping that it's in the pan. And we're already checking it out. This is the one of the other nuts that came off. It's actually off the carburetor base is what it came off of. This is a new magnetic plug that we bought for the oil pan. We can already tell that the nut itself is not going to come out of that oil pan. So our next bet or hope is that if it is in the pan, it's probably okay. It's not going to kill us. Not ideal, but this magnetic plug will at least hold it in place, and there it will remain until we pull this motor again. And if we do find it, I don't have a borescope, so I won't be able to tell if it's there, but if we can find it in the bottom of the pan and it sticks for this plug right here, then that's it. We just leave it. We put the motor back together, we fire it up after properly lashing the valves. All right. Look how thick that's coming out.
That's really thick.
That's it. Engine additive. And it's cold out. So that's going to be running for a while. Okay, so we had an idea. Just to make us feel better, I've got another block sitting here on the engine stand that has no intake. It has a crank. And it happens to be open because there's no oil pan. So we're going to take one of those other nuts off that carburetor, drop it down that same oil galley hole there. Just see how easily it comes out the bottom. And it got stuck. It didn't go all the way down the bottom, but
You might be able to
fish down in here. Can you? Yeah, I can't see it. You got the light there. Oh, I heard it.
Yeah, heard it.
Okay. So should we give that a try? Hey, he's already walking over there. All right, give it a shot, dude.
I tried this earlier, but
Yeah, there you go. Get your length extended there.
I don't know.
All right, no bueno. We're back to looking in the pan. Does it fit through there now?
I'm trying.
Okay.
Nope.
Still not, huh?
It's got to be ground down quite a bit.
Wow. Crap. All right. Slightly new development here. So we went back over to this motor on my engine stand right here, and we have rotated this thing around every which way. We've dropped a bolt in here. We have found ways that it can get stuck on the counterweight of the crank, but as soon as you turn it over, it just drops. It doesn't get stuck between the casting and the crank. There's nothing else for it to catch on. The tolerances are obviously close, but they're so close that there's not enough room for a nut to get in between there. So, also off camera, we rotated the motor on the car several more times. We have scoped with a magnet many more times as well. We can't find a stinking thing. So we're feeling even more confident after doing this, after doing that. But that nut is just sitting somewhere in the bottom of that pan. Taunting us, laughing at us. And we're feeling more confident that we might just be able to put this thing together. We've got the magnetic plug in the bottom of the pan, so if it does eventually float over that way, it will hold it in place. It would never plug up the oil pump anyway. And we know it's in the bottom of the pan. It's not in the windage tray because there's no way it would have bounced that far forward. So we're feeling pretty good. I think at this point, we're just going to go inside, grab a bite to eat, think on it a little bit, double check our notes, triple check some other suggestions some friends have made online. My phone's been blowing up, so I'm going to check all those messages as well. Maybe there's something else that they suggest that we've not thought of. And at the end of lunch here in a little bit, we'll make a decision. And we'll let you know what it is here in a little bit. All right, we went to lunch. We talked about it. We thought about it. We did some reading. We talked to a few friends. That is Nathaniel pulling out the K-frame. We're doing it. We scoped, we tried, we put a light down every hole, put a magnet down every hole. We can't find that nut. And there's a part of me that just about had us talked into just letting it ride, and we thought that nut's got to be down there in that pan somewhere where it, you know, it's not ideal, but it would probably be okay. But since I can't see it and I can't find it, and it's only a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours worth of work to pull the steering, pull the K-frame, and pull the pan out and put it back up, we're going to do the right thing. As a nod to you, Derek, and pull the pan. So we're doing it. There you go. Get some leverage. Oh, by the way, so Nathaniel was taking these bolts off here, actually on the other side, but I'm just showing you this one for demonstration. They were loose.
At least one was.
Yeah, so we're kind of glad that we were taking this thing off anyway, because we found part of our suspension that was a little bit loose.
Probably rattled loose.
And something else we haven't told you guys yet, but for some reason, his oil pan has been leaking like crazy from the front here.
You can almost kind of see it right here.
Yeah, it's just
got a bunch of gunk on it.
There's a part of us that says, you know what, it's nice because we want to know for sure where that nut is, and so all this has got to come off. But there's another part of us that says, I'd really like to fix that oil leak. So we're going to.
What's up?
Okay.
I think that's a bolt.
You'll have to pull it down a little bit. Just, yep, there you go.
I think we can probably pry it
Yeah,
out.
I think you can pry it out. I'll hold this side still. Yeah, there you
There
go.
we go.
There you go. Just pull it out the side.
Ooh,
All right.
that's a lot of gunk in there.
All right, a little better access. Next is the steering. Oh, yay. What's that?
A lot easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I know. It's,
There we go.
there it goes now. All right, dude, so we do need to disconnect it from the steering arm and drop it down. I was hoping we didn't have to. I thought it would pivot enough.
I think it'll just...
Oh, well, I'm sorry, steer the wheel back over that direction.
Oh.
Oh, well, now, use the center link now that it's disconnected. All right, go as far as you can.
Hold on, let's go to the other wheel.
Yeah, it's probably easier to grab the tire. All right, pull that bad boy over there. All right, that should give us enough clearance. Now it's far enough away. I think the pan, oh man, I don't know, it's gonna be close. It might drop.
All I have to do is just loosen that.
Yeah, let's just take it off, dude. it's really not that big of a deal. That way we can actually swing it out of the way too, because right now it's going to be hanging in our way. Okay. Steering's out of the way. Time for that bad boy to come out. Let's do it, dude. Here we go. Pull that thing out. Please tell me. I heard something.
That's what it hit. Hit me there.
Oh. You don't feel it? Dude. Well, you know what that means. It's a darn good thing we pulled this off. It means that it's still stuck up in the motor somewhere where it could have been catastrophic.
Oh, nope. Here it is.
I'd give you a high five, but you're a mess, dude. Other hand. Sweet. Oh, dude. Woohoo! Look at that.
Can we throw this away?
No, I'm going to make a Christmas ornament out of it so we never forget. That and the pushrod.
Jeez.
Dude, let me see that thing. I hate you.
Might as well check if there's anything else in there.
Yeah, I mean, do you see any metal filings down there?
It looks pretty good, actually. I mean, I can't really see the bottom of it. Oil all over. This stuff is like syrup.
Well, yeah, because it's got the additive. That, yeah, look at that. It's thicker than syrup, dude. But we got a little bit of a ring issue now since we lost our crosshatch and a little bit of blow-by, so that stuff will help. But
I'm gonna go ahead and pour this stuff.
This will help the most. Holy cow, check out this new oil pan gasket we got. I decided to get the one-piece one because we were going to be doing this from underneath the car. I've never used one of these before. Check this out. This is so nice. I already knew the one-piece was easier to use, and it had these steel grommets in here that kept you from tightening it. But what I didn't know was it has these 4 plastic studs that basically you put this on the pan, and you put the pan up there, and you just screw in these plastic studs to hold it in place while you put in all the new bolts that it came with all the star washers. It comes with everything you need. I didn't know that. It's such a complete kit. And I actually have a little bit of a hodgepodge of bolts on my oil pan anyway. No surprise. Shocker. Now I got all new stuff. Bonus. Look how nicely that fits. Yeah, dude. Hey. It's a little bit darker out. It is Christmas Eve after all. We have a lot of family coming in for the holidays. So we stopped, took a break, got something to eat, and now we're coming back out here to finish up and at least get this pan installed so we can seal up the bottom end. And the other thing we really need to do is get that K-frame on tonight because V8 Monzas have a bad tendency to spread if not connected with the weight of that motor on there. So we want to get that thing back on before the car potentially stretches out a little bit and I can't mount the thing back up. The K-frame's there for a reason, so I don't want it to be off for too long. So we're going to at least do that tonight, and then we'll probably call it a night and go back in. And come back at it in a couple days because tomorrow's Christmas. Yeah, it's time to take a break. But still happy we found that nut. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the 15th time that we've been out in the garage here in this episode. I don't know where we left off. We got a pan back on.
You have the pan back on.
Well, we got to get a K-frame back on before this suspension spreads. And yesterday was Christmas. We didn't spend any time out here. But we don't want to wait too long, so we're going to get that done. But before the K-frame can go back on, the steering has to at least go back up because it's in between the pan and the K-frame. Do you have those long bolts? I'll put the idler rum up for you and that'll hold it for you.
Yeah, they're about to sit right there.
Okay. Okay, K-frame time. The steering is back up. My dogs are barking. I don't know what at. Usually deer at this time of night. One thing I wanted to show you guys while we're down here is V8 Monzas have a pretty unique V8 Monza oil pan. Actually, can you turn that wheel, bud? Just turn it towards the driver's side. You see that there's a flat spot right here that most pans don't have. But then also right here, there's a big divot in the side of the pan that is meant to clear the center link and the tie rod end. So you hear people talk about a V8 Monza oil pan being specific to the car. Now you know why. All right, you ready, bud?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Yep.
And I see your bolts right here. Does it still line up?
Pretty well, I think.
Okay, good. Can you hold this side up on the passenger side?
Yeah.
I'll get one bolt started here. Wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it. There we go. Got that one started.
Cool.
I'll see if I can go around the back. Arm's getting tired yet?
Yep. Dry lighting.
I know. I'm just having to go by feel here. Oh, I got it. I got it started. All right. Do you think you can start the other side? That's over here to your right. I'm gonna hand them to you.
I might have it.
Okay, there you go, bud.
I think this thing looks like it.
Okay, can you get some light up there? There you go.
I don't know if this thing did anything.
Didn't spread at all? Is it going right in? Think you got it?
Seems to be working.
Okay, yeah, keep
It's
going with it.
just a little tight because.
Well, we'll make sure we're not stripping any threads. How tight does it feel?
Oh no, it's not tight at all.
Okay. All right, cool. You got the last one there.
Just gonna get started.
I'm gonna get you the bolts for the front.
There we go.
Everything we undid down here to get that nut out
Yeah.
has now been redone and put back together. Steering, K-frame, sway bar,
Yeah.
oil pan.
Yeah.
All right, we're done down here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're finally ready to go up top again. Now, before we lash the valves,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull every push rod out and check to make sure they're flat.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna have to undo all the rockers. Oh,
Hey.
hi Keely. Good girl. Get them all loose?
Yeah.
All right, pull the push rods out. Wait, where's the other one? Did you pull one out
I
already?
already pulled one out.
Oh, okay.
Because there was one missing on that side. So. The one we broke.
Keep them all together, yeah. They seem to all be pretty uniform.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Okay,
I think we're good then.
awesome. Feel good about that. I'll get my one new push rod then and replace the one we broke.
Yeah.
And just count our blessings that is our only catastrophe.
Yeah.
There we go. There you go. Okay. Right there. All right. I can just barely turn it now. So that was good for now.
Perfect.
Keep doing that all the way through, all the way from cylinder number 1 all the way down to 7. And then I'll go down and I'll rotate the crank.
We'll do both sides.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, do both sides, but then I'll go and I'll rotate the crank a quarter turn. And we'll do this again. We'll also look for any that look a little too tight and we'll loosen them. All right, we got a problem. We've been spending the last half an hour or so getting this thing set to 0 lash, and we've done probably good four full rotations of the motor, doing a quarter turn at a time, checking tension on each push rod, and finally got to the point where every push rod felt great. We're at 0 lash. I was a little concerned that maybe some of the other valves had been adjusted too tightly and we might have bent them, and we tested them in a rudimentary way and it didn't look like they were bent. But this one here, I don't know if you can see this or not. If you rotate it around, it looks like it's bent a little bit, and it's got a little bit of a catch too. Like normally if you can spin, it should spin at least consistently. The tension should be consistent all the way around. This one has a catch where all of a sudden I can't turn it, and then it's loose, and then I can't turn it, or not very well anyway, and then it's loose. We're gonna go ahead and pull that push rod out.
It's not too much work anyway.
And then I'm probably gonna pull that lifter out as well and take a look at it. I just pulled the lifter out anyway, or Nathaniel pulled the lifter out, and we took a look at it, dried it up, and the seat that it sits in looks fine. It still compresses. I think we're okay. And after rolling it and seeing that the push rod was bent, I think that was clearly our issue. So
yeah,
we're replacing push rod number 2.
Oh, I should probably put the lifter back in before I put the push rod in.
You probably should.
Probably should. That would have been bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got to work a little bit longer on getting lash set, but that's okay.
That's okay.
I'm happy to find this now.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Finally, 0 lash has been set. Now we're doing preload. I'm just going to do a half turn in this case. I know some people like to do 3/4. We're just going to do half in this case. If we need to adjust later, we can.
No.
I'm watching you, dude. I didn't catch it on camera earlier, but he made this really cringy kind of noise with his mouth. Anyway, this is the point where it all went very badly last time. But you notice that we have valve covers on this time. So if we do drop anything, it's not going to go down where it went last time. And we got a cover on top of the distributor hole back there, so. Getting there. Feeling good about this. Okay. I think we're ready. We're right back where we were 4 days ago now. Distributor's about to go in, and then pretty soon we'll fire this thing up, do a final adjustment on the valves, and then set timing, and then go for a drive.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Fuel pump is on.
Yep.
Do you see any leaks up there at all?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna kick it.
Cool. That might have been it. Well, it's a little off now.
Okay, I'll keep going around.
Yeah. Nope, that's it.
Okay, where's our timing mark at?
Like, just like a hair in front of it.
On the right side of it?
Yeah.
Okay,
On the
good.
right side.
All right, let's crank it around. Cracks me up. It's sad, but true. Well, it was probably a month and a half ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
I took it apart beginning of November. Now
I don't even remember now. I won't know once I go back and edit the video.
Mid-November, and it's almost January now.
Yeah, it's a couple days before January. A month and a half later.
Oh well.
And we said a month and a half ago, oh, let's go ahead and tear the motor apart. We'll get it back together in a weekend. No, that's a big nope. All right. My motor's going to fire up for the first time. The last time, this was disastrous.
You put the return spring on there?
Nope, I didn't put the return spring on there. Hang on. Daggone it. Thought we were doing this. Okay, it's kind of jerry-rigged on there for now, but at least we'll get you a return. Okay. Fire it up, dude. A little backfire. Hang on, we'll check fluids here. No leaks. All right, just give it some more gas, bud. Ooh, we might be 180 out. All right, give it some gas. Try again, bud. All right, here's what's going on. Timing is not 180 degrees out because it's not backfiring the way that it normally would. I've done that before. I know what that sounds like. But it is running really rough. You got to rev it pretty high. And I hear a kind of a whining sound, which is indicative of a pretty bad vacuum leak. So I didn't make the best seal around the China rails on the intake today because I didn't have a cap. Thought it was okay. Thought we had a pretty good seal. Just the way that it sounds. I had an intake leak, vacuum leak like this 30-some years ago, and it sounds just like that. In fact, it was funny. I was just telling Nathaniel that I had that happen when I went against everybody's recommendations, including the books, and I used those rubber China rail seals that everybody says not to use, and I did it anyway. And within a week or two, it blew out, and it made this exact sound that we are hearing tonight. Although it at least ran, it just made a funny whining sound. This one is so rough that I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to think of anything to keep me from having to take the intake back off. And I haven't thought of it yet.
Meanwhile,
Put lock washers on it to make sure it didn't.
Oh, they might have cut into that. We might have to get a new carb base.
So I just made a soup in this. Are you filming?
I'm filming now. Sorry,
Yeah.
bud. You got to tell them what happened.
In my
I'm happy about it,
in my
though.
haste to put the carburetor on, I put the lock washers on before the carburetor went on. So the carburetor is now sitting on lock washers. It's not supposed to do that.
The lock washers usually go on top of the base plate, not underneath the base
I
plate.
didn't want to drop them.
I know. So here, and I don't blame you. He was trying to be overly cautious because the last time we were taking the carburetor off, you took one of the 1/2-inch nuts off. It slipped out of your hand and fell down that oil galley in the head, then through the oil galley in the lifter valley and down in the bottom of the motor. And that's what we spent the last 3 days undoing. Now, that was because of my original mistake of adjusting the Valvetrain wrong. So I'm not putting all this on you at all. But because he's being extra careful and we don't want to have to redo things, he put the washers down over the studs. Just, I guess, forgot they were there. You put them there so you wouldn't drop them.
I put them there because I was like, I don't want to drop these when I put them on. So I put them there, and then I put the carburetor on. I forgot they were there.
And the whole time I'm looking at this, I asked him if he got it tight, and I'm like, he goes, yeah, I think so. And I was just double checking. Hang on, get your return spring off there, bud.
You're right.
I just went around and just double checked to make sure that, it was tight. And I said, it looks tight, but there was a part of me that kept looking at that going, something doesn't look right. Why is the carburetor sitting up so high? Are my eyes just playing tricks on me? Apparently not.
I put the gasket over the washers even.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm afraid that we may have cut into that gasket now, too.
I think I ripped it.
Hang on.
This corner right here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, but it's still sealed on the inside, though. We might be okay, bud.
We'll try it.
Just be careful what drops down through there. Yeah. Look at that. Well, that is your problem.
dang it.
That'll cause a vacuum leak.
Yeah.
when the carb has been spaced up by an entire washer. You're
I'm caught on like this teeth hitting. I need to move that.
there we go. Take that and then see if that well, your
Throttle linkage.
throttle linkage is on there. But I don't want to do that one-handed because I'll drop it down the intake.
Yep.
Take that off. I can get the kick down, but grab a nut or something and get that throttle linkage off there carefully with 2 hands. Yeah, look at all the gas that leaked out the side. I kept wondering. Well, hang on, careful, you're gonna spill.
I'm gonna spill gas.
You care if I pull this up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Try not to rip it because this gasket's starting to get a little old.
It's just that one corner.
Well, this other corner's ripped
okay,
too.
never mind.
One of them was already ripped.
Yeah.
I just want to be real gingerly.
Yep, that's what I did.
Look at that.
That's what
Actually, put that back down there, dude. I'm not laughing at you, dude. I'm seriously. We've learned so many lessons the hard way that I promise you.
This is a lot better than
Yeah, and this is one I'm willing to learn because this is an easy fix. 4 nuts and the carburetor's up, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this thing put back together. Okay. Oh wait. Well, let's just see if it fires. I got the valve cover on there, which I'm going to need to take off, but let's just see how it runs first. So, take 65.
Yep.
Here we go.
No.
It's on. Well, oh, I know what's up, bud. Hang on. It's just, oh. No, we forgot to put the stinking nut back on. The throttle's not even hooked up, dude. Well, I didn't catch that on camera, but it dieseled a little bit when we shut it off. But that's because the timing's way off right now. We haven't got it set yet. So, yeah, I was going to say, I think this valve cover. Okay, it's not the spark plug wires. It's just, oh, there's oil that got soaked into the heat wrap down there, and it's just getting hot. That's all it is.
All right.
But either way, we have that. We learned that lesson the hard way too, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right, let's get that valve cover on for the final time.
Yeah.
Yeah, feels good. And let's get this other side done. You know, we've heard this thing miss a cylinder for so long now.
Months.
Since June.
Since June.
But I had forgotten what this thing sounded like with all 8 cylinders.
Me too.
It sounded good, dude. Even at idle, it sounded good. Timing's off. The valves weren't even done being adjusted yet.
Still sounds good.
Still sounded good. Heck yeah, man.
The valve cover's back on now.
Oh, I'm so happy to be at this point.
It's dripping oil like crazy.
Well, it still tilts back. It's running back there like a little river. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Cover back on.
Next time I'll cut up my old valve covers.
A few moments later.
Man, we're glad we had that.
Comes in hand.
It's been an eventful week. See the smoke? Don't worry, that's not horrible, but could have been a lot worse. My header wrap down there, fiberglass header wrap, got completely soaked with oil while we were adjusting the valves, and it finally just got too hot, and sucker just caught fire. There was a big flame coming up right there. Earlier tonight, Nathaniel said, you know, we should get this out of the car and just have it on the ready. Good call. All right, we've had enough excitement for tonight. We are going to button this thing up and just take it for a quick drive to the end of the road and back, and keep the fire extinguisher nearby. Just see how it runs, and then come back and park it for the night. We'll drive it tomorrow. Be taking you. Oh, it sounds so good. All right, take this along for the ride. It's a little bit dark, but oh, dude, these wheelers are killer. I love it.
Well, actually, that didn't do that, actually.
Okay, how your brakes feel?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. for the first time in quite a while. Whoa, you broke it loose. That wasn't even full throttle, dude.
Jeez.
Whoa, okay. See, we're sliding everywhere now.
I meant to do that.
Okay.
2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song.
Boy, can't take you anywhere.
Turn it up, windows down, we sing along. The summer night has just begun. The moon is bright, let's have some fun. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. Wanna go.
It's so fun going back and editing this video, and you see me like falling on the ground. Oh man, that was a bad one. You ready to get this K-frame in here?
Give me like 30 seconds.
You know I'll edit this out, so you're fine. It'll look like you're just clicking it and you're having no problems whatsoever.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Whoa.